We head now to the state of Arizona. Republican gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake and Senate candidate Blake Masters, they are continuing to put Democrats into panic mode. And there he was, the anointed one, Barack Obama, out in Arizona, pretty angry on the campaign trail this time, campaigning against them earlier today. Here with reaction, gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake. She has a pretty big lead over her opponent, and also Blake Masters, who got some great news this week. Not only did the Libertarian that was running for the Senate in Arizona drop out of the race, but that Libertarian candidate endorsed Blake Masters. Good to see you both. Kari, let me start with you. I'm sure you're all upset that Barack Obama went out there to campaign against you.
Oh, first it was Liz Cheney last week, and I just laughed that off, and now I'm living rent-free in Barack Obama's mind, and then Eric Holder today. But I was a little concerned today, I'm going to be honest, when I saw Hillary Clinton bad-mouthing me, and she looked angry and actually scared, and just completely unrelated. I want you to know, just in case you're wondering, I'm in perfect health. My brakes on my car are in good shape, and I'm not suicidal. And we're going to win this thing on Tuesday.
I think one of the things that has endeared you to the people of Arizona and around the country is you got a great sense of humor and you got a good comeback for everything. Blake Masters, this is big news for you because, look, in the polls that I was seeing, it was 4, 5, 6% the Libertarian was drawing. Those are votes against Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly is a rubber stamp for all things Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden. He's been in the forefront of supporting every bit of the agenda that they are advocating, and he hasn't lifted a finger to secure the border in your state. I would say now that you are the odds-on favorite because of this endorsement. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal, Sean. And, you know, I'm honored that the Libertarian candidate, I think he graciously bowed out, honored to have his endorsement. It's a good boost of momentum here. And we've got all the momentum in this race. Mark Kelly, he's floundering. He is desperate. I think Katie Hobbs is desperate too. They're so desperate, they don't want to talk about their own ideas. They don't want to talk about their own track record. So what do? They dust off Barack Obama. They drag this guy out of retirement to come and distract everybody, right? And he talks about how we're dangerous.
The reason he's angry is because he likes his schedule. He doesn't feel like working every day. He's mad that he has to get up and do the work because Joe Biden can't do it. And nobody wants to be seen.
He barely showed up. They almost filled a high school gymnasium. They almost filled a high school gym. I mean, it was low energy. It was pathetic. Bring it on.
Kari, you said something that you take up a lot of space in people's heads. It's that a lot of politicians are afraid to speak their mind. You're not. And that, I think, has defined your race because I think the people in Arizona find it refreshing, frankly.
Yeah, I think people, Sean, are tired of being silenced by the news, tired of being silenced by big tech, tired of worrying about if they speak common sense, they're going to be canceled. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are just saying, this is the time for us to stand up and speak out. If we don't, it's going to be too late. And that's why we're seeing in our polling, the Latinos are coming our way, the soccer moms are coming our way, the suburban moms are coming our way, because they're worried about real issues like crime, the wide open border, the fentanyl crisis, the brainwashing of their kids in school. And they realize this is the election when we can finally solve these problems.
One of the things that I noticed when I was out in Arizona with both of you is that, you're very much like a team. What you're going to do on the state level, and Blake, what you'll do in Washington, really will complement, service for the people in Arizona. You don't see that in every state. We just saw with Governor Sununu and General Bolduc, who's now leading in that race, which is a surprise to a lot of people. But if you win your race, if Bolduc wins, if Herschel wins, if Oz wins, this could be a blowout, but yet they're all very close races. Blake, what's your take?
I think we could easily end up with 54 Senate seats here, if not more. And it is important, right? When I'm in the Senate, I'm going to be working with Governor Kari Lake. Kari Lake's going to pull power back from Washington, D.C. to the states. Well, I'm going to help push that power back from D.C. to the states. We have to work together. It helps that we're friends. It helps that we're running on this America First agenda, right? And our opponents are so bad. Katie Hobbs is probably the worst candidate in the country, second maybe really only to John Fetterman in Pennsylvania.
I agree.
And Mark Kelly's right there with them. I mean, this guy votes in lockstep for Joe Biden's agenda. What kind of guy promises the good people of Arizona to be an independent, only to get to D.C. and surrender to Chuck Schumer and vote for open borders and fentanyl and 300,000 illegals coming through every month? Sorry, this guy needs to be fired, and that's what we're going to do next Tuesday.
You get the last 20 seconds, Kari Lake.
Well, I think we have a real opportunity, Arizona, to get things back on track here. Everyone wants a secure border. Everybody wants safe streets, and they know I'm going to be working for the people of Arizona. Thank you, Sean, for having us on.
It's great to have you. This election is simple. It's about inflation. It's about record high gas prices, open borders. It's about defund, dismantle, no bail laws, safety and security for the American people. It's about woke education or reading, writing, math, science, and history and computers. It's that simple. Blake, thank you. Kari, thank you.